So today, I just want to talk about this very exciting opportunity, which is actually being opened for the Indian nationals from the 1st of January 2022. A lot of people have contacted us at saying this is too good to be true. So hence, at very short notice, we have organized this very brief webinar to give this information to people who might be eligible so they can actually plan and prepare for this application well in time. So looking at just a brief history about UK visas and this category. So UK visas is, I think, one of the most challenging visas in the world to come to UK. So we see a lot of rejections for visit visas as well. And of course, there are spouse visas, people who want to establish a branch office in the UK. But the most simplest of visas, for example, as a visitor visa, we see a lot of refusals. So we've recently seen for a doctor who made an application to come to the UK to give an exam, was refused to come from India just to sit for exams. So how these probably taken for granted that visit visa should not be a challenge gets refused as well. Therefore, I always say to clients, three things that one must bear in mind. One is always get good advice to work out your option. What is a suitable category for you to come to the UK? And then it is about the documentary evidence, the supporting paperwork that you need to present. And the third is the presentation of your evidence to the UK visa office, either in your home country or here in the UK. So when we see, the reason I say that, because if you have a rejection, then you not only wasted your time, your money, but also you kind of come into a blacklist for the visa office. So although potentially you can make another application, but that application is going to be scrutinized for the UK visa officers to actually see that how they can reject your application again. So coming to the Youth Mobility Scheme, I'm very excited about this scheme because I myself am from India, and this opportunity is fantastic for young adults. There used to be a similar category many years ago called the Working Holiday Maker Visa, which allowed people, young adults, to come into the UK for 2 years and then work, travel. You could do whatever you wanted to do. Sorry, I think someone has written that they're not able to hear me. Can you please just confirm is I'm audible? Fantastic.
We hear you loud and clear.
Lovely. Lovely. Right, so this opportunity then got it was stopped by the Home Office in the UK. And there's a new category that was introduced, which is the Youth Mobility Scheme under the point-based system as Tier 5 within the UK immigration rules. It's not been a very popular category and not been much talked about because there were very few countries that were actually under this scheme. So they were Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Japan, New Zealand, and Taiwan. But now India is being added on. And the interesting thing is that none of the neighboring countries from India, which is Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, none of these countries are with this in this agreement. And the way this category has come about is the Indian Foreign Minister had an agreement, had meetings with the Home Secretary of the UK, and there was an agreement signed between the two countries, mainly to strengthen the political relationship between the two countries. And one of the agreement was that India will be added on to this new category, which starts from the 1st of January 2022. So I just want to stress again that this category already exists, but very few countries are under this scheme. India is going to be added on from the 1st of January 2022. So I would just like to now give you the eligibility and the advantages of this category. So the criteria is extremely flexible, and a lot of people would be actually eligible to apply. So the first main criteria is that young adults from the age of 18 to 30 years old would be able to apply. Secondly, they should either have a bachelor's degree from India. And thirdly, if you don't have a bachelor's degree, then you should have 3 years of professional work experience in your country. So if you've been working in a professional field, you are skilled in a profession, but you don't have a bachelor's, you will still be eligible to apply. The other good advantage with this is there is no English language requirement. So you don't have to pass any specific English language tests to apply under this category. All you have to show is that you can speak English to a sufficient level of written and communication, verbal communication. The other thing you will have to show is that you have 2,000. Sorry, someone is saying that they're not able to hear me. Right, thank you, Achal, for confirming that I'm audible. Great. So, yeah, like I was saying, the rules are very flexible. Either between 18 to 30 years old, bachelor's degree, or 2 years of work experience. And there is no need for a sponsor. So how you use this time when you get the visa, it's entirely up to you. So whether you travel, you wish to work, you can work anywhere, no one needs to sponsor you. So it is a very good opportunity as compared to a work permit where you need a sponsor and then you are tied with that sponsor for that 5 years. Although the government has said that the 18 to 30-year-olds can actually apply, I believe that probably we are looking at adults from the age of 21, because in India, at the age of 21, generally, the youngsters are completing their bachelors. I don't think anyone younger than that would be able to show 3 years of professional work experience either. The one interesting thing about this category is that all the other countries that are under this scheme do not have to comply with this requirement of having a bachelor's degree or the 3-year work experience. So it's only India, citizens from India applying for this category would have to show that they have either bachelor's or the 3 years work experience in a professional field. Although the category is now going to open on the 1st of January 2022, we do not know at the moment that when the UK Home Office is actually going to open the portal, giving a 48-hour window to actually make the application, whereby the applicants would have to register their interest. So on the 1st of January, the applicants will be able to see on the website of the immigration law to confirm that India is actually under the scheme. We do not know that when the portal would open. Most likely in January, we will have a date when the portal is going to open. and it will only be open for 48 hours for the eligible applicants to register their interest. Once the portal closes, within 2 to 3 days, the applicant will find out whether they have been selected for that category. And if you are selected, then you will have 2 to 3 weeks to submit your full online application, submit your supporting documentation, and then also give your biometric fingerprinting. The actual application, once you are selected, the Home Office visa fee is going to be £244, and the immigration health surcharge is £1,248. For people who don't know, the immigration health surcharge is to cover your medical costs once you come to the UK. Initially, when everyone is registering their interest, you have to keep it in mind. So although it seems a very attractive category, there are a few disadvantages, right? Sorry, someone's asking for the cost of the application. Yes. So the cost of the application, which is the visa fee, it's £244. And the immigration health surcharge, which is to cover the medical treatment, which everyone coming from overseas has to pay, is £1,248. This is only payable once you're actually selected under the scheme. So only 3,000 people will be selected. And I'm sure there will be many more applicants, will be much more than 3,000. Now, the disadvantages, certain disadvantages, which are, I don't think, major disadvantages, the number of people who can apply, like I said, is 3,000 people who can apply. You cannot bring your dependents. So if you're married and if you have children, then you cannot bring them into the country with you. The Home Office is also given guidance that it might be that even if you're married, you still want to come to the UK, but might not wish to bring then your spouse. So you might take that decision that your spouse is not going to accompany you and you're happy with that for a commitment of 2 years. But if you are financially responsible for your children, then you are not eligible to apply under this scheme. The advantages, I think, is you don't have the English language requirement. You don't need a sponsor for an employer. You can use the 2-year time to work anywhere you like. You might choose not to work, which is absolutely fine. Some people just might wish to come and travel and know the culture and enjoy your time here. Absolutely fine. The disadvantage is that you cannot actually extend this visa further than 2 years, but you can switch your category to another visa, which will lead on to settlement. So the doors are open for settlement as well. So if you do your planning right, you come into the country, you have got your bachelor's, your qualification, or your professional work experience. You then get a job in the relevant field. And if you are able to impress your employer and the employer can show a genuine need to employ you, then you will be able to switch on to a work permit, and work permit would then lead on to settlement. So generally in any category in the UK, it is between 3 to 5 years that leads on to a settlement, and then you get your British citizenship. If someone is really very much interested to come to the UK, but they feel they have actually gone past the age threshold in this, which is between 18 to 30, then we can help you to do an assessment, a detailed assessment, to see if there are any options that might be helpful to you. So if you do have any questions, we will be taking some questions. You can put them in the chat box. And after a couple of minutes, we will try and answer as many questions as possible. But if we are not able to answer your questions today on the webinar, then please don't hesitate to just give us a call. We will be available after the webinar. The contact details will come up soon at the end of the webinar. So I'll just leave you with that. The fantastic category. I think a lot of you must have actually felt the excitement as well. So I'll just pause for a few minutes just to take some questions, and I will join you again.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello again.
Hello, madam.
Before we start taking some questions,
We can't hear you. Sorry.
hello. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
now we can. Yeah.
Yes, now we can. Okay. Before I start taking questions, I would just like to give a summary Hindi में भी इस category के बारे में. So ये category 18 to 30 year olds के लिए young adults from India. So Indian passport होना जरूरी है. 18 to 30 year old, आपने या तो bachelors कोई भी BA degree या above, masters किया, that's fine. Minimum qualification is bachelors. और अगर आपने बैचलर्स नहीं किया है और हायर एजुकेशन नहीं किया है तो 3 साल का प्रोफेशनल वर्क एक्सपीरियंस आपके पास होना चाहिए. आप फिर एलिजिबल हैं इस कैटेगरी के लिए अप्लाई करने के लिए प्रिंसिपल. इसमें एडवांटेज ये है कि इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है. आपको कोई भी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज टेस्ट कोई पास नहीं करना पड़ेगा. जस्ट आपको शो करना है कि आप वर्बली आप कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं इंग्लिश में. सो जस्ट बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट, कोई टेस्ट सर्टिफिकेट आपको नहीं चाहिए. द डाउन साइड इसमें ये है कि अगर आप मैरिड हैं तो आप अपने डिपेंडेंट्स, अपने स्पाउस, हस्बैंड या वाइफ और बच्चों को आप अपने साथ नहीं ला सकते हैं इस 2 साल का वीजा में. अगर आपको ये 2 साल का वीजा मिलता है तो आप यहाँ पर आप काम कर सकते हैं कहीं पर भी, जिधर भी आपको काम करना है. आपको घूमना है, आपको काम नहीं करना है, ये आपको पूरी फ्रीडम है. उसके बाद अगर आप यहीं यूके में रहना चाहते हैं तो इस वीजा को आप एक्सटेंड नहीं कर सकते हैं, पर दूसरी कैटेगरी में आप स्विच कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि वर्क परमिट है या आपको स्टूडेंट वीजा पे जाना है. तो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप 2 साल के बाद वर्क परमिट अगर आपको कोई स्पॉन्सर करता है और आपको जॉब मिलती है तो आप उस कैटेगरी में स्विच करने के बाद में आप अपने हस्बैंड, वाइफ, बच्चे, डिपेंडेंट्स को फिर ला सकते हैं. पर इस कैटेगरी का ये डिसएडवांटेज है कि आप अपने डिपेंडेंट्स को नहीं ला सकते. ये कैटेगरी इंडिया एड ऑन हो रही है 1 जनवरी 2022 में. सो अभी हमें ये नहीं पता है कि पोर्टल 48 आवर्स के लिए जो खुलेगा वो कौन सी डेट को खुलेगा जनवरी में. सो आप प्लीज हमारे से आप जुड़े रहिएगा और हम आपको अपडेट करते रहेंगे, क्योंकि खाली 48 आवर्स के लिए पोर्टल खुलेगा. उसमें आपको अपना इंटरेस्ट, आपको बेसिक डिटेल्स देना होगा टू रजिस्टर योर नेम. फिर वो रैंडमली सिलेक्ट करेंगे 3000 एप्लीकेंट्स, और अगर आपका नाम सिलेक्ट होता है तो आपको खाली 3 या 4 हफ्ते का टाइम मिलेगा जो ऑनलाइन एप्लीकेशन, आपके सारे कागज, आपके फिंगरप्रिंट्स वो आपको सबमिट करने। और होम ऑफिस की गाइडेंस अभी ये है कि आपको 3 से 4 हफ्ते में आपको वीजा मिल जाएगा और फिर आप यहाँ पर 2 साल के लिए आ सकते हैं। Right, so that was my update on this. We have got a lot of questions and I will try and go through these questions. Someone has asked that I've done masters from UK, am I eligible to apply for the visa? Yes, minimum qualification requirement is bachelor's. So if you have done masters or PhD is absolutely fine, as long as you are between the age group of 18 and 30 years old. आप बिल्कुल apply कर सकते हैं. Requirement, applicant should have money in their account. Yes, 2,530 is the requirement जो आपके बैंक अकाउंट में 28 दिन के लिए होना चाहिए before making the application. So 2,530 should be in your account before making the application.
Indian rupees or pounds?
This can be, well, you can convert it, how much it is in rupees, that's absolutely fine. But in conversion, 2,530.
Pounds.
That's in GBP. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
What will be the charges for your law firm if we'll go ahead with your firm?
If you can please contact us, it depends on, we will do a quick assessment and depending on the profile, we will be able to guide you. So our contact details will come up. So please do contact us. We will do a quick assessment and then we'll guide you on the fee as well.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
मैम कितने टाइम बाद डिपेंडेंट्स को इनवाइट कर सकते हैं?
Dependency, this category is open only, it is actually for 2 years. So जब तक आप ये 2 साल का आपका जो पीरियड है उसमें आप नहीं बुला सकते हैं as your dependent. 2 साल के बाद जब आप कोई और कैटेगरी में स्विच करेंगे तब उस कैटेगरी के रूल्स अप्लाई होंगे. सो अगर आप स्किल्ड वर्कर वीजा या वर्क परमिट पर जाते हैं तो उसमें डिपेंडेंट्स बच्चे बुलाना अलाउड है. But 2 साल का इस वीजा पे you cannot.
One can apply diploma holder?
No, it has to be bachelor's. तो अगर आपके पास डिप्लोमा है पर अगर आप 3 साल का आपके पास कोई प्रोफेशनल फील्ड में एक्सपीरियंस है तो आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं.
मैडम ये पोर्टल ओपन हुआ बोल के और आपका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नंबर कैसा मालूम?
How a person will apply who is about 30 plus?
मैम ये कितना पुराना होना चाहिए मनी जो 2,530 पाउंड्स अकाउंट पे?
28 days के लिए आपका होना चाहिए.
Okay.
Can I ask how much will be the fee for, like, expression of interest? What will be your fee for the expression of interest?
Yes, like I said, I will have to do a quick assessment. So after the webinar, either you can contact Ben or on Monday, we will do a quick assessment of your profile, and then we will be able to guide you with how much it's going to cost.
Right. And how would you know, like, how you show that you have the reasonable thing to speak in English, like verbal skills, because the requirement is a graduate and other.
That's right. Yes. That is all part of the detailed assessment that we will do for you. So at the moment, the guidance, you don't need actually a test certificate, because most of the categories for long-term visa to live in the UK, you have to pass an English language test. This category does not say that you have to pass an English language test, which is a very big advantage.
Hi. Hi. I have registered a company in London, and we intend to run a fintech startup business from there in the future. And I also have a technology services business in India. Hello?
Hello?
Tony, you there?
Hello? I'll come back to you.
I've actually posted.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I have registered my company in London already. And
Right.
we are looking forward to establish a fintech startup business from there. Okay, so that allows us to go global. Then I already have a technology services business in India. So once we apply to this category, can we later switch to some other category? And if yes, then how? And what if we fail in this category? Then can we reapply to some other visa as well? And in how much time?
Right. So I think, what you're asking me is you jumping from one category to the other. That's absolutely fine, but I would appreciate if you can then call after the webinar finishes, and I will be happy to answer your question then.
All
yeah,
right,
but if you think that, in this category, if you're eligible, you can come, and like I said, you are allowed to switch across the board. But again, doing a specific assessment for individual requirement is very important. That's what I said in the start. So if you want to ultimately be in a specific category, then we must do a detailed assessment to actually work out and do some planning for you, so everything works out smoothly.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
मैडम ये पोर्टल कब ओपन होगा और आपका कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर कैसा मिलेगा?
अभी ये वेबिनार खत्म होने के बाद में आपको स्क्रीन पे हमारी कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स दिखेगी। अभी जैसा मैंने पहले कहा, इंडिया को एड ऑन कर रहे हैं 1 जनवरी 2022 से। अभी बताया नहीं है कि कब ये खोलेंगे पोर्टल 2 दिन के लिए। सो आप हमारे कांटेक्ट में रहिएगा, वी विल कीप ऑन अपडेटिंग एवरीवन। इसीलिए हमने ये आज अभी दिसंबर में अभी किया है ये वेबिनार, जिससे सबको पता रहे और वो अपनी प्लानिंग और प्रेपरेशन शुरू कर सकते हैं। बिकॉज जब खोलेंगे तब सब कुछ बहुत फास्ट स्पीड पे चलेगा। 48 आवर्स के लिए खोलेंगे, 2-3 दिन में आपको पता चलेगा, आप सिलेक्ट हुए और आपको फुल एप्लीकेशन 2-3 हफ्ते में डालना होगा। तो आपके पास टाइम टू प्रिपेयर बिल्कुल भी नहीं होगा।
Ma'am, what is the option for person who has just crossed 30 years?
30 years, they're very strict with the age. अगर आपने 30 years cross कर लिया है तब आप नहीं apply कर सकते हैं. But if you're very much interested UK आने के लिए, then please do contact us after the webinar, maybe on Monday. We can look into all the other options. So there are many options for UK, but we just have to see आपके लिए कौन सा suit होगा.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, what would be the documents required while registering the interest?
Right, documents at the moment, when you're registering your interest, आपको as such कुछ नहीं देना होगा. It's more of detail and the profile जो आपको देना होगा. The one very important thing that आपको मैं शायद नहीं बताया है, is that अगर इस application में rejection आता है, तो there is no right of appeal. आप खाली administrative review के लिए डाल सकते हैं. And administrative review is basically आप वापस visa office में a senior officer आपकी application को फिर से देखेंगे. So जो basically जो reject कर रहे हैं वही उसको review करते हैं, पर आप इसको अपील नहीं कर सकते हैं. That is why इस एप्लीकेशन को ठीक से प्रिपेयर करना और फर्स्ट इंस्टेंस में ही सक्सेसफुल होना जरूरी है. बिकॉज एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रिव्यू इज नो पॉइंट रियली, उस स्टेज पे जाना नहीं चाहिए केस को. ओके, सो थैंक यू वेरी मच एवरीवन फॉर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे. आपको अभी स्क्रीन पर आपको हमारी कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स मिलेगी. आप उस पे प्लीज कॉन्टैक्ट करिएगा अगर आपके और क्वेश्चंस हैं. द क्वेश्चंस आर स्टिल कमिंग. वी हैव गॉट सम क्वेश्चंस थ्रू ईमेल एज वेल. वी विल बी हैप्पी टू हेल्प. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे.